All right, folks, I'm here with former MLB superstar George Kontos, pitcher, Northwestern. Come on. And now we got you here at Twin Orchards playing in this golf tournament, supporting Jeremy Roenick and the Helping Hands Network. So thanks for joining in.
Thank you for having me. Superstar, you went a little too far.
No, I didn't go superstar. I mean, we had a great career, right?
We did. I think we did. I'm very proud of what I was able to do in between the white lines. 8 years in the major leagues. I was lucky enough to be a part of 2 world championship teams of the San Francisco Giants, and it was, all able to live a 5-year-old's dream. So it was very, very fun.
You win 2 World Series titles. To my eyes, that's superstar status. That's 2 rings on it. What was it like to play for Bruce Bochy?
Boch is the best. Boch was a guy who everyone always asks me what it was like being around him, and he's just an incredible leader of men. He pulled the right strings. He knew what he needed to say or do to every individual person to get the most out of them day in and day out. So playing for him was incredible. Just watching him do his daily routine, having the calm demeanor that he has is something that I really learned from, and I try to emulate in my day-to-day life, just trying to be even-keeled as often as possible.
So we hear parents at travel baseball games all the time saying to their child who's standing in the mound, just throw strikes. Yeah. Does that make your blood boil like it does mine?
Yeah, it does. It's the focus needs to be just so much more singular, as opposed to just throw strikes. I mean, that strike zone can look very, very big from even Little League when it's 48 or 52 or however many feet it is. But especially at 60 feet 6 inches, you need to just really kind of get back to the basics. If you're having a hard time doing it, you have to find one thought, you have to minimize your focus, and you have to try and keep it as simple as possible. Mm-hmm. You're just playing catch with the guy sitting in a squat 60 feet 6 inches away. And obviously the situation and fans in the stands and the lights are very bright. A lot of things can play a lot into that, but it's a lot more than just throwing.
Oh, amen. So what was your biggest pressure moment? The biggest pressure moment where you're most proud of yourself that you persevered, you got through it, and you rose to the top?
So I got traded to the Giants from the Yankees on the last day of spring training. I got traded from the Yankees to the Giants. Yeah. The Yankees drafted me, and I was traded to the Giants on the last day of spring training in 2012. And the end of that season, I had thrown 50 innings in 50 games and done really, really well. But we were at Dodger Stadium, and Matt Kemp was up in the 7th or 8th inning with Shane Victorino on third base. There were 2 outs in the inning, and I was brought in to face Matt Kemp.
That's prime Matt Kemp.
Yeah, this was the year that he finished second in the MVP voting to Ryan Braun. But I fell behind 2-0, and I pumped 2 fastballs by him, and then I struck him out with a 2-2 slider in front of 66,000 Dodger fans. And that was the moment for me that it really clicked where I deserved to be in the big leagues. I was a major leaguer. I could succeed there. I could pitch there. I could do it. And once that kind of happened, that at bat and that out that I got put me on the playoff roster that year, and we obviously won the World Series very thankfully. But that was the moment where it was the light bulb clicked, where I was like, I deserve and I belong to pitch at this level.
What's more important, motivation or discipline?
Oh man, those are very, very both of those are big words. I think they're equally important. You need to be motivated, but you also have to have a good routine. There's a lot of times when you don't want to go to the workout, or you don't want to go do this or do that, or eat clean, or whatever it might be. But both of those words I think are equally important in anybody getting to the highest level of their career, whether it's in athletics, whether it's in business, whether it's in whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Motivation and discipline are 2 things that are 2 words that are really, really important.
Why are you proud to be here today helping out?
Well, it's such a wonderful cause. And, JR, I've met him a lot of different times, and we have a lot of mutual friends, but this is just such a great cause, and it helps out. And the money that it raises is used for such a great cause, being able to help out in the way that it does. So I'm just thrilled to be here and thrilled to be a small part of such a wonderful event here.
George, you're a class act. Thanks so much for coming on. I appreciate it.